I've noticed that one of the hardest places for me to trust the Lord is in my finances or matters of money, and I think that's the same for a lot of people. But I grew up with this overall feeling, like as I was becoming an adult and dealing with my own finances, that I was broke, though I was constantly being able to put money into my savings. Just that feeling of like, you don't know what's gonna happen tomorrow and there may not be anything left. My trust was definitely in myself and not in the Lord. So around the time that I realized that I was going to marry my wife while we were dating, I started saving. I started saving knowing that I had to pay for a wedding and for a house. I wanted to be responsible, right? And be able to afford all of these things. So after we get engaged, we start the wedding planning and we start looking at venues and different places that we're gonna get married. And I don't know if you guys know, but weddings are really expensive. So I did have a budget set aside already for what I could afford, but we walked into this one place called Villa Woodbine. And from the moment we walked in, I could tell that my wife fell in love with this place. And I wanted to give her the wedding of her dreams. But once we looked at the pricing, it was way outside of our budget. So I took it to the Lord and I said, God, what do? I want to be financially responsible, but I also want to give my wife the wedding of her dreams. Can I make this happen, or is it out of the question? And I felt the Lord tell me in that moment that He would provide for what I couldn't. To go ahead and book the venue and start all the planning. And that's exactly what I did. I stepped out in faith. And again, this was way more than what I could actually afford, but every time that we had to make a deposit, every time that I had to pay for something, there was enough money in the account for the glory of God. And we got married. We had the greatest day of our lives. We had so much fun at our wedding. And the best thing was that at the end of the day, we were debt free. We did not owe anything. Everything was paid for in cash. And that's all for the glory of the Lord. For my obedience and stepping out in faith, I know that He showed up. So if there is something that the Lord is telling you to do, step out in faith, whether it has something to do with finances, whether it is just evangelizing or spreading His word or starting a Bible study. I don't know what the Lord is calling you to do, but if He's calling you to do it, trust that He'll get you through it. He is going to provide everything that you need. It is okay to be where you are, but it's not okay to stay there. Keep going and keep pushing forward. Love you guys.